So that is one of the chapters in the book. And the book, on the surface, is a romance. It has some elements of mystery in it because there's a threatening caller as Edwina goes through her list of trying to meet people. It has some magic in it. There's a group of older women who have some interesting worship practices and who are trying to engage Edwina in their practices. I'm just going to say I'm wearing a moon and a star and a moon ring, and I'm not going to say anything more than that about that. But the book also has some serious ideas behind it. One of them is about how many people, women especially, hide parts of themselves, often to fit in various ways better. And so, what part of myself am I hiding? What would happen if I revealed and lived all of my authentic self? What is true love? And how vital are the parts that friendship play in my life? So those are kind of beneath the surface if you find them. But otherwise, it's a really good story. So we have some time as planned for questions.
How long have you been writing? Did you like to do this as a young person?
I guess I've been writing ever since I was a girl, yes. In fact, this is the first thing I remember writing. So there was an author, Frank Yerby, who wrote historical novels, which when I was maybe 11 or 12 were very sexy, hot novels. And in my great maturity, I understood that there was an error in his novels because I had learned about the menstrual cycle. But whenever he came together with one of this takes place in New Orleans, with one of the women that he was going to do something with, none of them were ever menstruating, and I felt I had to write a realistic novel in which this occurred. I think I was 11 or 12. So I have been writing, and I was an English teacher for a while, and became a professor after a while, and wrote a lot of nonfiction in my field, which had to do with career development, and eventually career development and spirituality, and this is my second novel. Too long an answer?
That's a good one.
Okay, other questions?
Deborah, are you from New York?
How did you guess?
Darling, it's your accent.
Well, I do go back.
It's your Vlad accent.
Well, I know.
Oh, yeah. Even without the Vlad, though.
Right.
Yeah,
I tried to make Vlad very, very Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
Or maybe, as a true New Yorker would say, very New Jersey. And we go back to, this is my videographer and husband and first reader and editor, Martin. We go back to New York often, and I listen because I do not want to lose my New York accent. Because
You succeeded.
thank you so much. Any other questions about the book?
So, it was delightful, that one. So I'm looking forward to meeting many other mention. Do you know how long the book is yet? Have you finished?
I think it's going to be around 280 to 300 pages. I don't have a final layout yet, so I'm not sure. But that's my guess, based on kind of the number of words and how that translates. But, that also has to do with font and where the chapters break and stuff over which just word count doesn't give you. But that's my guess. So the size of a usual novel, I would say, I'm now reading a novel that's 600 pages long. It is not 600 pages long, and it is not 150 pages. So 275 to 300, I guess.
Roughly when will it be out? Okay.
It's now at a process in which, before the whole book is laid out, I'm sent sample chapters to see that I like how everything is falling. And I think we've reached a final version, and then it gets laid out. I have the cover, isn't that cover beautiful? The cover artist, I talked a lot about what the book was about and what I was hoping to achieve. And in just a few back and forth, this was the cover that she came up with, which I love. I also sent it out on my Facebook page to whoever wanted to. She gave me a number of choices, and everybody really liked this choice best, so I'm very happy with that. So, in one of the glitches in life, the author, I'm self-publishing, which means you work with an author service company or publisher, and they changed hands in the middle of the process. So I'm sort of finding my way with the new group, and so there's a little bit of a delay. My hope is before the end of the year. And we have another author here from downstairs, Dale.
Oh, thank you. We were talking earlier, and she gave me we were sharing our elevator speeches about what hers was about, and I thought it was very, very interesting, and so I made my sister come with me, and the love of my life come with me, and just to see it, even though I should be at my table, but who cares? And we were talking about self-publishing, and the fun of that is, and I'll tell you, that is, the decision-making process that I went through, because my sister designed the cover of my novel on the back,
which is
and
beautiful,
stuff, and it was really, really nice. And where we got in, I think the first decision I thought was really fascinating about the book is the page numbers and how you want the page numbers to look.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the, And the funniest thing is I actually plagiarized one of my favorite authors, is E.L. Doctorow. The only book in my office downstairs, I work at the library here, is this. I had this one book of E.L. Doctorow, and I opened it up, and I said, well, these kind of look nice. And then I checked out about 200 other books, and guess which one I chose? First one I saw.
Right, I did
So
the same thing, and also they asked me covers of books I liked. And I realized, so I love the work of Ann Patchett, I love the covers of Jojo Moyes, and so I looked at them and I realized that all the covers I liked were typographically driven. If you notice, this does not have a picture of a woman, which is a familiar kind of cover, especially for a romance novel. So Sophie is standing. I think
That's right.
that's my
I
cue.
do need to wrap up.
Right, because as you know, it's one after another in this room, but I'll step outside.
So